This is the Spooktober Podcast. Here along, I have.
Hi, I'm DamitHannah.
I'm Epic Nerd Hype.
I'm Evil Teemo.
And I am TheSpookyFoxxy. We are all members of the Vibe Tribe, and we are going to basically jump right into talking about a few different games that are spooky related. So we're going to go ahead and start out with Phasmophobia. There's been a lot of great updates. We've all been Advent players since nearly the beginning, so I feel like we all know a little bit about that.
It's been a great build. Been loving the game a lot.
Yeah.
Way to go, Phaz. I'm really proud.
Phasmo is actually the game that got me into streaming.
Yeah, it's the one that's really got me into like I found all you through the.
I met Spooky and Epic through Phasmo, and then I met you through Spooky.
Yeah, so it's a very good game, and considering it came from one person who originally made it, it's like that's quite good quality and very amazing talent for some single person to do. He's got a team now, and the game is progressing very nicely. Like all the updates are great.
Yeah, only a couple games have been able to really do that. You know, that solo, just like going for it. I know Stardew did that.
I want to mention that like the Phasmo community is very unique in a way that you just meet people and it's not toxic. It's not like this crazy competitiveness. I guess just the way the game is based, you can't really be competitive. But I think a lot of us had a lot of patience with the creator because we knew it was one guy. We knew it was just him doing it all. And I mean, like our patience paid off. Like it's an amazing game.
Definitely.
Yeah, now it's got like thousands and thousands of players every day. Like, and it came out a year ago because they just had their 1-year anniversary just a few days ago.
And he even threw us a party.
Right?
Yo,
we all had the little party hats on our characters too. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I do like how they updated the little squawk box, as I call it, aka spirit box. Before it used to be this little robotic voice.
Love that thing.
And they have now updated the game, so now when you try to talk to the ghost will literally use its own voice and say, "I'm close."
How old are you?
And just different little audio things like that.
Each voice has each ghost has its own unique voice. It's awesome.
Yep.
And that was actually fan or player submitted ideas. Like he took a lot of what we asked for and implemented it into the game. And not a lot of creators do that for you.
That's so awesome.
He's really listening to what people want and implementing it in the best way. Like the new update to the journal is.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yes, the interface is so much better. I love it.
We needed that so bad.
Yeah, and it made it to where like you have all the information you need right there. You don't have to go back to the van to see
or take a picture of it
or.
Especially for solo runs. That'll definitely help solo run players out because you can find everything out right there in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Or in the house, I mean.
Yeah, because like in the main screen, they even separated it from multiplayer and single player. Like there is a single player mode now.
There is an offline mode too. You don't have to
realize that.
Yeah, you don't have to connect to servers anymore. You can do a solo offline mode if you want.
That's amazing.
Oh, good. You know how you have those games sometimes, and it's like you need to be on the internet in order to play them, and it's such a bummer. That always sucks. So I love that detail. The options. Personally, when I loaded back in the visuals, I mean, I still enjoyed the game. It's all about the gameplay, right? That's how Phaz really like caught on. There was something unique about the gameplay, and it was really good. And
it was never the same thing twice.
And you get to work with personal personalities, the people, just random, and you have to like build a team and stuff and split up and look for clues. But the visual update especially for the items really made it for me too for this update.
Yeah, because the salt looks like professional salt. It's not table salt anymore.
It's kosher.
When we went into the asylum last night and I got to see that asylum reworked, like just the textures, I was like, oh my God, this looks a million times more realistic.
Yeah, because they're updating it all the time, and like the ghosts themselves look great. And
I love they finally gave us some new ghost models.
Yeah, and they not only that, but they also updated it to where every ghost will have a different like personality. Like it'll do different things during its hunt. Like the little girl might be singing "Ring Around the Rosie."
Oh. There she is.
Or the older man might be like really like grunting and growling while he's hunting you
I
down.
always say he sounds like a walrus walking around.
He kind of does.
I heard you say that recently. It made me think of that show Tusk on Netflix. Great show. That's how a walrus sounds. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that movie is fucking nuts.
Yeah, they just added like such a large variation of them. Like there's this one ghost. She kind of like hums a song. It kind of reminds me of Huntress. While she's hunting you down.
Yeah. We had
again.
Didn't we have that in Asylum yesterday?
Yes.
She was singing while she was chasing. Yeah.
But again, these are things we asked for, and they listen. And I just can't say that enough. Like I've never had a game developer or company do that ever.
Thank you, whoever you are.
Yeah, that's why indie games are like really, really getting up there, because a lot of these indie developers are putting out games that are like spectacular, especially with him, because again, this game. And
you cut out right there. What was that?
I'm just saying that the one man made this game, and indie developers are really getting games out there. I don't know why these people are not getting found by like large companies and like hire these people.
Might not even want to work for a large company. Yeah, own it yourself.
That is a possibility that maybe they just want to do it for themselves. But
yeah, you see that in the music industry a lot. One of the founding people that really dug deep into like being like a self-entrepreneur in the music company was Tech9, rapper, and he did it all himself, and he said fuck the corpse, and he's like, I'm gonna do this all grassroots, and then he's running his own business. So as a developer, if you get to work at home as a dev and work on your own project, you're writing your own schedule, you're making up your own like expense sheets and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's wonderful, just because one of my friends always has this silly expression. It's kind of more of a life expression or whatever, but it's like, we live in the future. He loves saying that. Anytime there's something cool that happens, we live in the future. It used to take rooms and rooms and rooms of computers to develop a game and a huge business. And now we got these amazing games coming out of individuals' homes. Or maybe they're working from like a studio or something.
Your phone is smarter than the computers that sent a rocket to the moon.
Yeah.
The phone you hold in your pocket is smarter than those computers.
Mine's old as fuck.
Cool fact.
Yeah.
Circling back to the ghosts that have the personality. The other night, I think it was me and Teemo, we got a ghost that actually laughs while it's hunting, and I absolutely love it.
That would creep me out so bad. I want to see it now.
Dirty bastard.
I want to be creeped.
We're definitely gonna have to play some Phasmo after this.
Yeah, it just had the creepiest laugh while I was following. He's like, like it was so good.
Especially like it was in the basement, and I went to go upstairs because it was in the basement, so I'm gonna go upstairs, and it was laughing, and it killed me at the top of the second story stairs. Which I don't know if it's normal, but in pro mode, it seems like some of the ghosts are melding into other rooms. I don't know if that's intentional to make it harder, or if that is a bug that like still needs worked on. But she killed me upstairs, even though she was supposed to spawn in the basement.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. The
two-floor difference. Yeah, professional.
Could have been a revenant, and she just got to you really fast.
No, because I was down below. I didn't see her go up. Because I believe I was already dead.
Because then there was even the thought that, okay, maybe she went up the stairs, maybe she was a wraith, so she teleported through the stairs, but I don't think we even got wraith for that match. I don't remember what it was.
It was not a wraith. I don't remember what it was, because if it was wraith, I would have remembered. Wraiths hate me. I
don't like wraiths.
Aren't they the ones that don't step in the salt?
They rarely step in salts.
Yeah.
They still will, but they rarely do.
Yeah, they're like,
they have like a toxic reaction to it. So they don't like it.
I do like the new ghosts too.
Yeah, wraiths have a problem with me. I have a problem with wraiths because almost every time when I'm up against wraith, I will be hiding and it will come through that wall right behind me and just kill me.
Surprise.
Same. I have that problem with demons. I don't know why demons hate me.
Demons are the most vicious.
Yeah, they're vicious and they hunt a lot, and they'll hunt early.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can be like 56, 50.
That's
like,
the Lisa that was Lisa last night, Epic.
Yeah.
Lisa was
the Oni?
She was a
Or
demon.
Oh, they hunt. Yeah, demons hunt. They're like, I must.
Oh yeah. That's the one that killed me in Epic.
And me.
Yeah.
It got me in the closet.
Oh
When
yeah,
you sandbagged me.
Yeah. I didn't say this is not Dead by Daylight. Okay.
He walked past my closet with the ghost chasing him, and then she came back and was like,
you were in.
Surprise!
I didn't.
You're
I
like,
did
I
not
smell
know you were
fear
in
in
that closet.
here.
And plus,
It was good. It was all good.
You're still holding on to your camera, which is an
I didn't know a camera counted because I didn't know you had to drop it. I turned everything else off. I didn't know.
You have to either switch to a different item or drop it because the camera you can't turn off.
Mm-hmm.
Like your flashlight you can turn off. Like, I find it best to just switch to my flashlight and
okay. Turn it off. See, I hadn't played in like a month, so I did not know any of this new stuff.
Yeah. You're right. Frankie was the only one that lived.
The cameras, though, like, dude, when the ghost is coming at you and you're trying to take a fucking picture,
and they're blinking.
Whoever came up with that idea, fuck you. Okay.
But also, thank you.
Difficult.
Yeah, I know, because both me and Epic died. Like, I mean, I got the picture on the very last one, but
then you died.
Oh, I died.
I didn't even try, guys. I was hiding in a closet.
Yeah, you died on my first attempt of trying to get it, and then my second attempt, I got the picture, but then she cornered me in the bathroom and I died.
Oh,
in the bathroom. Damn. Don't just take a little privacy. Just trying to take a dump, man. Leave me alone, ghost.
And she killed me right next to the toilet too. Yep.
Damn.
Just Elvis your ass.
They don't care. Ghosts don't care about privacy.
They don't care.
They're like toddlers, my children.
Yeah,
I feel that.
If the ghost was the child ghost, that would have made more sense.
I had to explain to my 7-year-old why not to just open the door when someone's in the bathroom, and he's like, "But why? It's just you in here." I'm like, okay.
Your mom. Yeah. That's adorable innocence.
I lock doors now.
Yeah.
Oh, and another point about Phasmophobia is some of the newer items as well that they added, like the dots projector is another one.
I love it.
It's cool as fucking aesthetic.
The first time I used that and the ghost walked through it and I was standing in the room when it happened, I was like, what the fuck is that? I didn't know. I thought it would just show like the dots moving, like as if something was going through it. I didn't know it would actually show a shape.
See, in real life, that's what it does too. Like an actual paranormal crew, if they have the dots just move where movement might be, and that's how they watch for ghosts.
If you've ever seen Paranormal Activity, I believe it was 2.
Hilarious movie.
It shows that.
Hilarious.
I love Paranormal Activities.
Yeah, they are so funny.
They really are.
Watch those.
Yeah.
At some point we would. I would like to do that. Yeah.
I never saw the last one.
I haven't either. I don't think.
Actually, no.
The 3 had like cultists in it and shit.
Yeah, I've only seen the first 3.
Same. First 3 is the only I've seen.
I saw them in theaters too, and that shit was wild. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I saw the second one in theaters, everyone was laughing. Like,
any horror movie that is shot through a handheld camera is just instantly scarier. I don't care who you are, but if it's through like you don't get that wide angle, like and it's in first person, it's instantly scarier.
Yeah, that's probably why it made the Blair Witch Project somewhat so popular.
I used to love that.
I want to say it was one of the first horror movies to do that style too.
I think it was the first.
Blair Witch Project messed up though because the way they promoted it, because this is what, the 90s, early 2000s at the latest.
Did they promote it? Kids actually got lost. It was real.
No, the way they promoted that movie is they made it seem like it was an actual documentary. So people who went to the theaters thought this was actual footage. So the main character, the girl who's on the cover, she was driving her car in Los Angeles one day and had 2 cars box her in and make her pull over because they thought she was that girl and she was possessed, and had the cops called, and like the actress that played her, they really thought she was that character.
Yeah,
that just shows how stupid society can be.
Yeah,
are we all not gullible little fucking
if that was
sometimes?
real they wouldn't show it to make money at theaters, you know what I mean? Like those are the last, if that was real, those are the last moments of someone's life. They're not going to just show it for profit.
Yeah, there was a very similar thing that happened with The Exorcist, with the girl that played I can't think of her name. I have watched The
And see,
Exorcist.
that's shot cinematic. Like, and you would like, why do people think this is real?
I don't know. It just people are stupid. That's what it boils down to. Human race is a questionable thing.
We're silly.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
I will say one thing that's cool in Phasmo now too is like the video cameras. You can actually carry them around now to see the ghost orbs. Like you don't actually have to be like put it down and then go back to the van.
You can see the ghost orbs while you're carrying
Yeah,
it?
you can carry it, and you can turn the
now.
night vision on too through the camera in your hand.
Like trying that.
And
we'll do it tonight. We'll do it tonight.
Yeah.
You can also you can see the dots movements too.
Especially for the Goryo. The Goryo is the only one when it interacts with the dots projector, you cannot actually see it with your physical eye like the other ghosts. You actually have to see it through the camera.
House on Haunted Hill
That's
style.
so interesting. I was curious too, because can't you get the dots evidence through a camera if you're watching in the truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but watching it like if you're carrying it, it's the same as watching it in the truck. So you don't. So technically, you never actually have to go back to the truck. You can find all the evidence in there. If you have everything with you, you can find all the evidence within the house. They made it to where you do not necessarily have to go back to the truck to look for ghost orbs or the DOS projector or to see what the side objectives are, or if you've done the side objectives, because all that's in the new journal now.
That sounds like a challenge run. Don't go back to the van. Like no matter what, just get all the equipment, bring it up, and then we can do it. That's it.
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, it's going to be risky because we have to really make sure that we manage the lights because we can't lose our sanity too fast. Because that's the one thing.
We'll do it on beginner. Let's try it on beginner and just see. Like a trial run.
Yeah, because the only thing that you would have to go back to the truck for is to see your sanity levels. It's the only thing we can't.
It doesn't show you in the general or in the journal.
It's the one thing that will not show in the journal. So we have to make sure that we keep lights on but we can't keep them on too long because ghosts do target people who try to stay in the light too long.
Yo, just brainstorm. You know how you have your personal journal that you pop out? What if you paid like $1,000 and you had a tablet instead, and you could see the map, and you could watch the motion sensor go off on the map, and you could see
someone could have a tablet. That would be awesome.
Yeah, if one person had a tablet, they're like, okay, well, your sanity's here, and then motion detector.
That'd be nice.
That would probably make
if you're listening and watching this,
useful.
We are.
Where's the Reddit? Let me get on the Reddit.
We're asking for this. Please put it in the Discord.
Right?
Okay.
Put it in their Discord.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Yeah. Like,
and when y'all get this tablet, thank us. Remember, it was us that said this.
Yeah. Okay, epic. I mean, a lot of the stuff in the game has been updated to like the newer, like high tech stuff, like the DOTS projector and the new sound sensor gun thing. I forget what it's called.
And the parabolic
tablet.
mic.
Another cool thing that the tablet could do is the tablet can, like, if you have a temperature thing or an EMF thing turned on, you can see it all on the tablet, like what that gun is reading. Like it's relaying it back to the tablet.
Now that could be
that's
maybe
high tech.
Stretch, maybe.
But you're only allowed to have one
Bluetooth.
You're only allowed to have one.
Yeah,
that would be the catch. One tablet per crew.
Yeah.
That would be the catch.
Yeah. So like one person can be the designated person.
And if that person dies, the tablet breaks when it hits the floor.
That's good. And so in the screen it says there's like 1 out of 1, and then one person comes over to the computer desk and it says replace journal with tablet, and you boop.
Yeah,
love it.
You're welcome, Faz.
Yeah, because it's not going to be useful if the ghost is hunting because all the electronics kind of go haywire when you're nearby it.
But it would be useful while you're in there, though.
Yeah, now that I'm mentioning it, that's another change that they've done that I've actually quite enjoyed is that like your flashlight and stuff doesn't go haywire anymore when it's hunting unless you're close to the ghost.
Yeah, sometimes I don't realize it's actually hunting.
It freaks me out.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's why I like to at least have one room with the light on. So if I see the lights in that room start flickering like crazy, I'll know it's hunting.
Another thing I wanted to mention is the ambiance. They really, really went out of their way with it. I noticed when we were in Asylum last night, I was on the clear other side of the asylum from you guys. and nowhere near the room where the ghost is, and I could still hear footsteps. I could still hear like the creaking of doors and like the creepiness, and I felt like I was being followed by this ghost.
You know what? That is a really good point, because we're talking about the items getting visually updated, the ghosts getting visually updated, but the audio, don't sleep on the audio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh no,
really-
Phasmophobia is like the audio is probably their best thing.
Audio horror is so important in a good game.
Yes. Because if the atmosphere is tense and can make you tense, it makes it 100 times better. Because
and it's not even like jump scare audio either. It's like
it's just really tense.
Another thing we really have to give them credit for is they did what I personally have never seen this in another game. And I don't know if they really did it for the VR aspect or what, but when you go into the house, you automatically it's like you're muffled from the outside world. Like you're in this cocoon of just terror. Like everything is, like you're saying, is just amplified, like, you know. And I love that. Like the second you cross over that threshold, you are encased in this. And I love
like
that.
I'm entering like the death zone.
Yes, because I've tried doing this before. I've tried playing on the like a solo run, but I did it without the sound at all. And it's just not the same game. So once you turn the sound on, it really does add so much to the atmosphere of the game. It makes it so much creepier.
Absolutely.
And they definitely like highly upgraded, because I remember back when I very first started playing Phasmophobia, like walking into the house, the ambience was too loud. Like it was like more equivalent to going into a cave as opposed to actually a house. And they toned it down and fine-tuned it now, and now it's like way more realistic. I love it.
I'll never forget, I got my sister-in-law is like a horror expert guru. She lives for all things horror. And we got this game on the PC at my mother-in-law's house, and we made her play it, and she didn't have a headset on, and she's just walking around like, this isn't scary. I'm like, put the headset on. She put that headset on, and she's like, oh shit. Like she like just out of her own mouth.
Yeah, the same thing was I had one of my friends do the same thing. She put that headphone on and she took it right back off.
The first time I ever played Phasmo, I'll never forget. I was like hunched down like this, like, oh my god, like I'm so scared. And then I was in Tanglewood, and the ghost came around the corner from the kitchen into the front hallway, and it was the first time I ever got to see a ghost in the game. I threw my mouse, I threw my headset, I threw my keyboard, like the whole desk, like just went about like a half a foot back. I was done. Like I was like, nope.
Oh, dude, the first time I died, I literally like screamed in horror. I was it was like two of my friends were like, dude, brand new game. One of my homies gifted it to me. Thank you, Aki. Appreciate you. And we downloaded it like on the spot because, you know, it's pretty small. And I went in and I died. And my buddy's like, dude, I've seen people really, really scared. He's like a pre-army guy or post-army guy, you know, he's in the army and stuff. He's like, dude, I've seen people really fucking scared. And he's like, epic right there. That's fear right there, my guy. I was like, yo.
Yeah, like I wish Brandon had been like recording my reaction. That there will never be another reaction, because this is the first horror game I ever played. I'm a scaredy cat, y'all. Like this game and Dead by Daylight is actually what got me into horror movies, into horror lore, like stories, games. And like I really have to credit Phasmo with that. And I'm telling you, like there will never be another reaction like the first time I died in this game.
Yeah,
like just
I've
sheer terror.
Yeah, I've never played a game that had like this level of just ambient terror, feeling like something's always there, and always wondering, it's like, when is it going to be there?
My
It just keeps you on edge.
Excellent.
My father-in-law has the VR, and to this day I've been wanting to play it on the VR, and I have not gotten there yet.
See, I own VR myself, and I still have not played Phasmo in VR.
Why not?
Mostly just I gotta redo the setup again, and I think I need to clean out some of my ports. I think I might be able to plug it, but we have the 3 monitors set up right now, and I think I'd have to unplug a monitor to get it to work right now.
Yeah. We had an Oculus, but we ended up giving it back to our father-in-law and letting him regift it because we both have astigmatisms. And trying to play it without our glasses hurt our eyes, and trying to play it with our glasses, like it just wasn't comfortable. So we didn't play it a lot. And then we got the kids, you know, and we didn't want it to break. So we gave it back to our father-in-law, and he re-gifted it. And now I'm just like, I should have kept it just for Phasmo. Should have kept it.
Yeah, because man, like something tells me that this is going to be a whole different game in VR.
Well, you know what's so funny is, you know how you mentioned Ghost Hunting Corp and Labyrinth, which are a couple games that we're going to be talking about here shortly.
Labyrinthine.
Labyrinthine. Thank you. I'm so sorry. It's so interesting how Phasma has been a foundation for games like this. Because we are seeing a lot of other people like, oh, okay, we like Phasma's doing, but we really want to do our own thing, and of course, go right ahead. But it's like when you're writing a song or something. I always go back to that because I'm a musician. Everyone writes, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, right? And that standard setup is like the type of game that Phasma is, and then all these other people are like, dude, I'm gonna go verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, fucking two. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like
layout.
That's and I remember there's an episode of Arthur, okay, where Arthur, the anteater.
I do like Arthur. Yeah,
I loved
Arthur. 90s kids in the house. Okay, he one of the kids was copying his art where he was drawing clouds that were orange and purple.
I remember this.
And the teacher, somebody was just like, copycatting or whatever is one of the top forms of flattery. It's like a compliment.
Imitation is a form of flattery. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I see what I like what I see. So, me too. Which is really truly interesting to see in just the all around like gaming community, these games popping up.
Yeah.
I want to add to that. I've noticed Brandon has been watching streams longer than I have, so he sees what trends and what doesn't trend. And I just want to say, like, Dead by Daylight may have started people really getting into horror games, but I feel like Phasmo, I don't know, with its streamability, it's just casualness of it, the game, it's not like something you have like a story mode for. It's very casual.
Yeah.
But I feel like it really kicked off this whole new genre or generation of horror game streamers. Like, it started me streaming, and I just know a lot of people that Phasmo was their first game they streamed, and now they're a horror streamer. They play this, they play in Silence, they play Dead by Daylight, Labyrinthine, and that's their niche. And so like it needs that credit.
It reminds me of how people it was so easy for people to pick up Among Us. Like Phaz was like that for like more of like the the PC community and stuff like that, obviously, because but yeah, it was like anyone who hasn't really played a video game before, you could do this.
Yeah, it's very simple in how it plays, so almost anybody can really pick it up.
But like before, when you would see like so many of the top streamed games were shooters, FPS was the number one thing streamed, between COD, Halo, Apex, Overwatch, all of those games. Like, you saw all these shooter games, and now when you look at the top games streamed on Twitch, there's so many horror games or casual games mixed in there now, and I just think that's really cool that it really did start its own kind of like generation of new streamers. And I just thought that was like, for a video game to have that kind of impact, especially an indie one made by one guy, like that's huge.
It really
he definitely made an impact. All right, like it's weird because like a lot of the best games sometimes come from the smallest places. Like Minecraft, for a slight instance, was made by a small group of people, and look how it became the biggest game of all time.
Yeah.
And Phasmo is kind of on that trend in like the horror game genre of that. It was made by one man, and now it's grown into this much larger thing that a lot of like thousands and thousands of people play.
Yeah.
Yeah.